Hey everybody, and welcome back. If you're just getting here, this is Tattoo Collectables, and I'm your host, Eric. Today on the show, we've got a book that I got a hold of that nobody that made it can seem to remember it. I have researched this book and I've never seen another one like it. We've also got some other cool items in the mail we're going to show you today. Stick around. I'm going to throw it over to well, you know who. I told them you were on your way. Shut up. To mailroom Eric. So, but before I do, I want to remind everybody that if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do. We are so close to our 1,000 count subscriber giveaway. As soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away some amazing stuff. So go there, click the button. It takes you 2 seconds. Click the button. It takes you click the button. It takes you like 2 seconds. So anyway, I'm going to flip it over to mailroom Eric. He's just as excited as I am today, so don't expect a lull in the energy. All right, without further ado, here he is.
What's in the mail?
That's right. That's right. I am. I'm full of pep. I'm full of pep and graybeard energy today. So, we're going to start off with this one. It's the smallest of packages today, and it is an unopened. I just don't want to cut through anything vital here, so we're going to go right on the raggedy edge. We're going to do a little ripping here. I can rip to my heart's content now. So, you know me, I like weird stuff. And this is some of the weirdest. So I collect a bunch of stuff. And when I say a bunch of stuff, I mean a ton of stuff. It all has a theme. Its theme is tattoo. If you don't know by watching this show, then, well, you just ain't been paying attention. This is a Tony Tattoo Grossville High card. Now, I've never seen Grossville High. I'm assuming that this was Fleer's answer to the Bargersville Kids. And there it sits. It's a tattoo card. When I didn't even see this. It was listed with a bunch of other cards, and they didn't have a photo of it. So this is my first time seeing old Grossville High Tony Tattoo. It's super neat. It's put out by the Fleer Corporation. It was put out in 1986. So right after the whole Garbage Pail Kid phenomenon started, Fleer was like, oh well, the quote on the back, the back of it says, Tony Tattoo, favorite subject, skin art. Class award, most likely to be hung in a museum. School activities, future Sailors of America, Grossville Graffiti Club, and guitarist in the Ink Blots Band. Career goals, to be a circus freak. And the quote is, my mother says I'm picture perfect. How ridiculous. But I had to have it because it said tattoo. So what a great card. It's super mint condition. The corners are all crisp. It is perfectly centered. Chances are, and it's number 17 of 66, so I'm sure there's others if you dig this kind of thing. There are other ones out there. But gotta get you a Tony tattoo. If you're trying to complete, get a complete tattoo collectibles set, then you'll definitely. So this, I believe, if you watched the last episode, I was talking about some Koval photos, and I believe these are these the first ones? No, these are more cards because I am a card fanatic, and these are from Electric Ed again. Now we put these all together because it makes them cheaper to ship them. Now this first one is an awesome card. This is a Hours I Waited for Jack Rudy card. Jack Rudy, from what I've heard, Jack, if you're out there listening and this isn't true, correct me. Hit me with a comment. But from what I've heard, Jack Rudy is so late so often for appointments that he made a card that once you've waited 24 hours for him, you get a free hour of tattoo by Jack. So that's an awesome card to have. That'll be going with all of my other Jack Rudy stuff. This one is it's a sparkly card. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be sparkly or if there's just something else sparkly in this thing. Nope, it's supposed to be sparkly. Okay. This is a Jack Armstrong. This is a Michael Laporte from Leesville, Louisiana, from Jack Armstrong's place. So it's a Jack Armstrong connected card. Now the rest of these are what we like to call commons, I believe. They're I don't want to say no-name tattooers because no tattooer is a no-name. Everybody's got a name. These are just some lesser known. There's one from San Diego. I'm sure there was another one. I was going to say there was another one in here that I was like, oh, I've got to have that one. And most of the other ones are modern or Electric Ed still. Now, Electric Ed caught my eye with this card because I think it's awesome. So it's got some heavy equipment on it. There's nothing to do with tattooing on it. It says Gulf Coast Tattoo. My competition are a bunch of bastards. Ed, you're funny. But this is the other one that stood out to me. This is a Gilmani Tattoos While You Wait card, and it's got one of Gilmani's famous skulls on the front there. That was a standout. I got these because of that, and that's what I got. I got another that, like, in this whole group of the first 5 or 6 episodes, I probably bought 100 tattoo cards in it. I love getting them. I think they are awesome. Who is this from? It's from Prospect Street. I think that this is my other. Let's just hope we can find out what it is together. Yep. So last episode, I was telling you that this guy had a bunch of Kobo photos, and I contacted him about just buying all of them. Instead of him piecing them out, 4 or 5 at a time, I was like, man, just give me this shot, and I'll just buy all of them. Now these are, oh, those are beautiful. These are, I think I've got one of her already, with the back piece. I'll have to look though. These are all what they call risque Kobels. They're all young ladies with that are topless normally, that are heavily tattooed. Again, these are original Kobo photos. They all have the pencil marks on the back. And if you're looking to see, like, his style of writing was pretty on point. They always had the same look to it. I got 319, 391, that's funny. But they were always done in pencil. They were always done on Kodak paper. And so if you're flipping through them and you see one on, some other kind of paper, it's not one of the originals. And then you'll see the pencil marks on the back. The pencil marks always denoted the number from the catalog. So now, if you want to go and you want to look them up and you want to know, like the last episode, I looked up the Charles P. Merlin and his wife. Most of them have names on them. I think the ones with the names are a bigger price point than the ones that are not. Some of these say, pretty woman with tattoos on the breast. That's your common cards as far as Kobels go. If they say something like Cindy Ray from Australia, that's one of your lesser common cards. So I think I got all these for like 40 or 50 bucks. Anytime you can get a Kobel for under 40 bucks each, pop on them. For a while there, I was getting them from a gentleman for $20 each, and I kick myself now for not just buying all of them that he had. I should have. Speaking of which, that's the gentleman that this book is from. So, in the 80s, there was well, let's back that up a little bit. C.W. Eldridge ran the Tattoo Archive, and still does to this day, runs the Tattoo Archive. It's a museum. His wife, or his lady, runs the Bookmistress. If you haven't heard of these people, look them up. Look up the Bookmistress. A lot of the research from this show we get from the Bookmistress because they've got a ton of like legit books in there, and that they put together themselves, you know. So this was marked C.W. Eldridge / Terry Kagan, The Illustrated History of Tattoo, 1987. Now, it came in this black folder. That's all that it was in. It's like a Scholastic folder, and it had something glued to the front. Now, I've got the thing that was glued to the front, which is this wonderful piece right here. The glue didn't hold up since 1987. I'm not sure whether I want to glue it back or whether I just want to frame it. But it had this card in it that said, The Illustrated History of Tattoo, C.W. Eldridge with illustrations by Terry Kagan. Privately printed in Berkeley, California and Louisville, Kentucky, 1987. The pictorial history of the art of tattooing marries the experience of master tattooist student Donette Hardy and the founder of the Tattoo Archive, C.W. Eldridge, with the stunning, intricate prints of fellow tattoo artist Terry Kagan in what appears to be a pitch book covering English tattooing. Now, upon further, I researched this a little bit. I actually got a hold of Terry Kagan. I got a hold of C.W. Eldridge. Now, neither of them can seem to remember the details about this book. Now, here is a beautiful card that came in it from the Tattoo Archive. I freaking love this entire collection here. I think it's awesome. I think it's super rare, first off. But there's two cards in it. That was one. The other one is actually a Captain Tattoo Louisville card. Now, I'm from Louisville originally, and I love getting stuff that's Louisville original, and I believe that's what this is. Now, this one's going to be a bear to get back in. I take it, but I hate to leave it out. Anyway, we're gonna frame this whole thing up. I'm gonna leave that like that for now. So anyway, this is what it consisted of. It's just beautiful illustrations, and I'm not sure if you can even see how gorgeous that is. But I mean, that is a beautiful illustration of a dude tattooing. This one has some biker stuff to it. This one is, oh man, these are just, they're super cool, and they're snapshots of a time in tattoo history. You know, these are all done in 85 to 87 by Terry Kagan. And on the back of these, there is the book, the writing, if you will. Now, it's not very in-depth. This one covers punk tattooing. This one is tribal tattooing, scarification. But like they're really, really beautiful prints. And they're done on super thick paper, future reading. And then this one has a bunch of, it's got a reading list on the back. Now this one is a sideshow. It's got the side, and then on the back it's an explanation of the sideshow. This one is another scarification. This one looks like Japanese tattooing. Yep. So I felt super lucky to get this book, and if you can call it that, I don't know if you'd even call it a book. It's a collection of images with words on the back. This one is Navy tattooing. And they're all like real simple explanations. This one is English tattooing. So it shows almost like an old city England in it, but a guy, tattooing on the street even. So this book ran me $89. Then I tried to find a second. Because that, to me, that is the definition of rarity. If you can find a second one for the same price, it's not really that rare. I couldn't find another. I contacted C.W. Eldridge. He barely remembers doing this book. I contacted Terry Kagan, who's still alive and living in Louisville, Kentucky. He doesn't remember ever receiving a dime for this book. Now, if you can get one of these, I would say pop on it immediately. They're rare. I have not seen two of them. Matter of fact, I can't even find two of them to buy another one, because I was thinking how cool would it be to frame them all front and back. That way you got to read what's on the back of them as well. I'm gonna have to make copies, is the deal. Like there's not another one out there, even for reference. Originally it said it was a pitch book, like you would send to a publisher saying, hey, this is our book, we'd like to get it published, what do you think of this? But it's not. I talked to C.W. Eldridge and he said that they came, and Terry Kagan said this too, said that they came in those folders, that was the book. Now, it also mentioned something about Don Ed Hardy. I see nothing in there about Ed Hardy, and I think they included his name just for the power of his name, because I don't see there's no illustrations by him in there, they're all by Terry Kagan. There's no writings in there by him, it doesn't look like. He might have written the Japanese part of this book. If I'm wrong, Ed, and you're hearing this and you saw that book and you did have something to do with it, please let me know, because I'm really doubting that your hand had anything to do with that. So that is all that we had in the mail today. Now I know it's another, I'm always like, well, that's it, boo-hoo. Got a ton of really great stuff in the mail today. Ed, I want to thank you personally for always hooking up, the cards with the great packaging and posting. The Cobles, I'd say if you see Cobles out there and you want them, get them. They are going up. When I first started collecting Cobles, you could get them cheap, and now they're 20. Well, at first they were $20. Now they're $80 with commons and 120 for named pieces. So you definitely want to start popping on those now, because they're going nowhere but up, ladies and gentlemen, nowhere but up. And the Grossville High, that's one of it just said tattoo on it, so I had to have it. And it didn't cost very much, so I think it was a couple bucks. And if you see one you like them, I'd say pop on that. So that is what we have. So that is what we had for you today on What's in the Mail. Announcer Eric's got some other stuff for you. I'm gonna flip you back over to that crazy SOB. I'll see you next time. Okay, so he had some pretty cool stuff for us this time, man. That Terry Kagan stuff was cool. That's what we had for you this week. Hopefully you're still digging it. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next week, or until the next time we see each other, what I want you to do is I want you to stay cool. I want you to have fun. I want you to be nice to each other. And I want you to keep on collecting. Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe button down below and check out these videos. We've worked real hard on these too, and I think if you enjoyed this one, you'll enjoy those too.